Welcome back. England take that session, and because of India's inabilities on the field, Jasprit Bumrah bowled a fiery opening spell, and I can sense droplets of rain.
Do you? Do you now? That would mean a longer break.
Anyway, let me give you the session timings. The game will continue
Oh,
till
yes.
7:13. The game will continue till 7:13 England time, which is quarter to 12 India. Which is quarter to 12 India time. The game will be extended from 6:30 to 7:13. So extension of 45 minutes. Tea break is 4:50 to 5:10 local, which is at the moment on 15 more minutes. It has been pushed back from 3:40 to 4:50. So extended session there, 1 hour 10 minutes, clearly to make up the lost time, and the game will continue beyond 6:30 today. So 7 p.m. at least. That's the session timings. Coming back to what happened, India had multiple chances. That drop of Ben Duckett, that edge of Ollie Pope going through between third and fourth slip. When you're bowling Jasprit Bumrah, first spell, you've picked up a wicket, that's when you attack all throttle. You all throttle. I mean, you got an extra slip in to Ben Duckett after that ball went through. Why?
Through.
Go full on, get that slip in. You're bowling with 470 runs. 470 runs. I thought both of those guys, Ollie Pope and Ben Duckett, were lucky against Jasprit Bumrah, and then they cashed in.
100%. You see, when you really, decode the innings, Duckett was struggling quite a lot against Jasprit Bumrah. And, because Jasprit Bumrah, first of all, he bowls with that angle and he was swinging the ball inside. Ben Duckett was actually finding it very, very difficult to keep that shoulder closed. He was finding it difficult to stay, side on, because he was opening up constantly, and that's how you get the edge. And he had edged it a few times. It did not carry. That's a different thing. But Ben Duckett was struggling. And the other thing that you notice from Ben Duckett's, was there a droplet again? The other thing you notice from Ben Duckett's batting is the fact that it's very, very hard for him to leave balls.
He will always go hard.
He will always go hard. He will always try to go after those deliveries. And that's where you had chances. Now that Yashasvi Jaiswal catch, that was a very difficult one. That was a low-hanging catch, and it was quite far. He had to dive to get that catch. But the Ravindra Jadeja dropped catch. Now, you don't get to say this sentence often, that Ravindra Jadeja dropped that catch. With the standards that Ravindra Jadeja has set when it comes to fielding and catching, that catch should have been taken.
100%. I mean, it wasn't hit with that kind of power. Jadeja was stationed there. He got a lot of time to react. It's not as if the ball went in a flash of a second. There was a lot of time to react as far as Ravindra Jadeja is concerned. He could have positioned, he got into a tangle.
Yes,
he could have positioned himself better. He could have judged it better. The body could have been better. Unfortunately, he got into a tangle and he dropped it. And that was a critical moment in the game, because you gave Ben Duckett a chance, where Jasprit Bumrah's first spell, you would have got 2. England would have been 20 odd for 2, and anything could have happened at that point in time. Big let off as far as Ben Duckett is concerned. Many questions. Some people are saying Bumrah nothing. I don't think so. I think Siraj in that second spell bowled quite well.
Yes.
First spell was bad. I agree with you. First spell was bad, Siddharth. But second spell, Mohammad Siraj, that umpire scored.
Yes,
that was very close. That was very close. I mean, you could sense that it had hit the pad. That was a good, solid second spell from Mohammad Siraj. Also, the ball had started to move because of the cloud cover. The ball had started to move, and Jasprit Bumrah once again coming and inducing that false shot, which fell on next to forward short leg. They're still happening. Things are happening on that wicket. It's not as if things are not happening right there. Shardul Thakur, I think he will bowl. They tried with Ravindra Jadeja.
Yeah.
They tried. Who's that? Ayush Kumar. Shardul Thakur को bowling नहीं दी देगा.
देंगे.
Because Ravindra Jadeja से उन्होंने try किया, और देखिए Ravindra Jadeja एक आध opportunity भी create किया. Prasidh Krishna, I was disappointed. People are saying Australia, he's suited for Australia. I'm very disappointed every time Prasidh Krishna gets an opportunity. Somehow he lets it go.
Somehow he disappoints it. And you know what? The even more disappointing fact is that we had watched him bowl for 2 days, and he was looking good.
He was bowling well.
He was bowling very well. He was hitting those areas. And I don't know what happens with Prasidh Krishna. This happened back in Australia as well, ahead of that debut in Sydney. Once he enters that field, once he's into the match, he just cannot find the right areas. He was bowling all over the place today. He was giving them a lot of space, bowling down the leg. It was completely, I mean, you could you could make out that it was all over the place. There was no precision when it comes to Prasidh Krishna's bowling, and that was one of the most disappointing parts about
The
it.
problem here, when Prasidh Krishna is bowling every over, there's 1 or 2 loose balls.
Absolutely.
And you just put them
And
away. At no point are you creating pressure.
No.
You are releasing the pressure if there is pressure from the other end. You will give a couple of boundaries here, there. You bowl one good ball and then a couple of poor balls. That has been the story of Prasidh Krishna, and you tend to feel would Arshdeep Singh would have been a better option, because Arshdeep Singh ball, coming in, late swing.
And also experienced in these conditions.
Plus the left arm. I've always said that left arm is so much better to have that option also. He would have created the rough where he lands. Ravindra Jadeja could have bowled into that rough, especially to the left-hander, because, the ball would have been pitching there. So anyway, that's a different call. I mean, you are playing with Prasidh Krishna at this point. You've gotten an opportunity. In Sydney, you bowled that ball to Steve Smith. You bowled well in patches in Sydney. You improve. You grab your opportunities. Massive session for India. If England gets about 125 runs in this session,
the pressure is released.
The pressure is gone. I mean, England will tend to feel they can win this. Because if they end the day at 225 for 2 or something like that, then they will say, okay, we can get to 550, 600, push India back and push the 4th innings. Because this session, if India doesn't get 2 wickets at least, if England get away another time in this particular session, then it's game on and India will start to feel the heat. That's what the beauty of Test cricket is all about. The ebbs and flows of Test cricket. Massive again. I mean, every session counts. And think of the number of misfields. 20 runs given away. Bumrah won, Jaiswal won, Siraj won. Multiple times you've misfielded.
And that could have been a run out. The Siraj one could have been a run out. You let another chance go. So if you really look at it, if you want to count the Yashasvi Jaiswal drop, which was a very, very difficult one in a million sort of catches, you've dropped about you've missed 3 opportunities to get to break this partnership. And also talking about Prasidh Krishna, one of the most frustrating parts about his bowling today, watching him bowl today, is the fact that he was getting that bounce. Today, he was extracting that bounce, but he just could not get the right area.
See, the point is you cannot bowl 2 loose balls and concede 6-7 and over. People are saying Akashdeep. I would still say Arshdeep because of the left hand, left arm,
angle.
And the angle and late swing. Arshdeep has the ability. Akashdeep has bowled well in Australia. Again, had his opportunities. I think all of these guys will get opportunities when Bumrah, for example, doesn't play. Who comes in? Will Prasidh continue? In a 5-test series, you get your opportunities. But let's talk about what India has now. India has its work because Siraj bowled a fiery, good second spell. He beat, Ollie Pope a couple of times. That umpire's call was critical. Ravindra Jadeja will have to hold one end up, create some pressure, which he has been able to do. England will attack. At all points in time, England will keep coming at you. And that's how they play. Questions? 430 to 471 all out. Wameri Gigi, what are you talking about, my friend? 470 in an away tour. Yes, 430 for 3, there was a collapse. What do you mean Gigi ka India?
Boss, this is the best opening partnership or a opening startup that you've seen from India.
470 कब आपका टीम ने बनाया है ओवरसीज कंडीशन में? आप मेरे को बताइए. आप मेरे को बताइए इंग्लैंड में पहला टेस्ट इन द सीरीज 470 रन. 470 कब बनाया? 300 से आपके सीरीज में. आपका शुभमन गिल का 100, पंत का 100, जायसवाल का 100. आपकी इनिंग्स में 300 है, फिर भी आप कह रहे हो 470. चलो 500. सब कोई कह रहा है 500 होना चाहिए था, 550. बट स्टिल 470, a lot of runs, my friend. Lot of runs. Your bowlers will. What do you mean, GG ka India? उल्टा सीधा बात मत करिए भाई. Shardul Thakur will take wicket. Ayush Kumar, good. Hala Madrid, good work, guys. Much love. Still, India searching for a replacement of Shami. Obviously,
100%.
100% fit Mohammad Shami would have been a Jaffer in this condition.
The discipline that Mohammad Shami bowls with, one area constantly troubling the batters. That's very difficult to find.
Vaibhav is saying England bat the whole day, tomorrow we might be in trouble. Of course we might be in trouble. If England get to 225,
they take the game away.
Absolutely. If they bat tomorrow, they are 600. Trust me. If they get to 225 today, they will score 375. They are 600. Which means India is staring at the end of day 3 at a deficit of 130 runs. that will mean England will not want to bat the second time and push India. But that's too far, Vaibhav. Let us focus on session by session. It doesn't mean that England will get to 600 and India will continue to lick their
Anything can
thumbs.
happen. It's Test cricket after all.
Shardul can't score runs. Why doesn't India go with proper bowler? I mean, come on, one
Shardul
innings.
can't score runs?
Score runs. So why is India going with Shardul?
No, but how can he not score runs? Is the
He's not
question.
been able to in the first innings. That's
So
what someone
that's just
said.
one innings, my friend.
Siraj is looking toothless. No, I think the second spell was much better.
Was good.
I do think the second spell from Mohammad Siraj was reasonably good. England bats whole day. Devdeep Sarkar. India is searching for a replacement of Shami. Ayush Kumar. Shardul will take a wicket. Saurav, the baseball approach makes bowling look worse than it is. Because they're continuously coming at you.
But you also have to remember that there were a lot of missed opportunities. There were a lot of misfields where sort of the pressure was let go of. There were a lot of boundaries that should not have gone for boundaries. Also, Ravindra Jadeja dropped catch. That run out missed the opportunity that got missed out because of Siraj not being able to get back up and throw the ball towards the wicket. Other misfields from Jasprit Bumrah at
Boundary line.
at the
Many
boundary line.
times.
So there were plenty of moments that led to this pressure being released. There was pressure at the beginning of this session, but again, it's
भाई
just
ये आपने कह कॉस्मिक शेयर मेरा कहने का मतलब था जी अभी तक हर टेस्ट मैच में कोलैप्स यार 470 बना है
collapse थोड़ी कहाँ हुआ collapse?
470 आज कोलैप्स हुआ है बट 470 यार कोई भी टीम अवे टीम अगर इंग्लैंड में आके 470 बनाता है वो ले लेगा
बट कोलैप्स के टाइम पे कंडीशंस भी तो देखो.
हाँ मैंने ऐसे मत कहो कि कोलैप्स हो गया आप 500 के करीब बना चुके हो 500 रन बना चुके हो फिर भी कह रहे हो अगर कोलैप्स हाँ आज कोलैप्स तो हुआ है आपको भी पता है मुझे भी पता है बट कम ऑन 470 रन बनने के बाद आप अगर मैच में नहीं हो तो आपको फिर 600 रन बनाना पड़ेगा हर इनिंग्स में कितने बार ये हो सकता है आप खुद कहो somebody is saying रिवर्स मिलेगा नहीं बिकॉज ये देखिए क्लाउड कवर अभी भी एब्सोल्युटली क्लाउड कवर है वो सन एकदम ही नहीं है जो सन आधा घंटा पहले भी था वो नहीं है तो रिवर्स मिलने का चांस बहुत कम है बहुत मिलेगा नहीं रिवर्स नहीं मिलेगा से हाई टू गार्गी अरविंद कृष्णमूर्ति से हाई ओके गुड चलो
लेट मी सी नाउ
couple of questions and finish it because the session will start.
Okay, Nibedan Chatterjee is saying, don't know what the problem of India is with the playing 11. In Australia too, when Prasidh was needed, they went with Akashdeep. Now in this condition, swinging bowlers suit more and Prasidh is playing.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that, but Prasidh looked very decent in practice.
See, you're saying that in hindsight.
No, Prasidh looked very good in practice, so I understand, but you have every right to say Prasidh has been a letdown in match situations. Precisely what we were saying a few moments ago, that if you bowl a couple of loose balls every over, it is absolutely unacceptable. You've got to create pressure. When you've got 470 on the board, it is contingent you create pressure. No reason why you can't. You've got to take the onus. Put your hand up. Put your hand up and take charge and take responsibility and do that. That's what you want to see. India, big session this. England ends the day with 225 for 2 or 3. Then India is under serious pressure again.
Okay, all right. And I think
Shall we finish it? Because
we should finish it. Last comment. Fitponk is saying the weekend is spoiled, man. Was planning to order lots of sweets and momos, but not now.
Do that. I mean, come on. This is Test cricket. This is not a one-way street that, okay, you've had a good day and the other team will not play well. India will come back. I can tell you this.
And
this is just one session. Wait. There is a Jasprit Bumrah. There will be things happening. There is still cloud cover. There is a lot to be played in this match. The Duke's ball doesn't lose shine. This is not the Kookaburra. Plenty to talk about. We'll end the show here.
Finally.
Go for it.
Just as in life, enjoy the lows like you enjoy the highs.
Oh, nice. Gargi is in a philosophical mood. Take that from her. Take that from her as we close the show. 5:10 back at the end of play. Thank you very much. 7:13, that will be a quick live, but we'll come back. The moment the game ends, we are coming back live. Thanks for watching.